Hey traders, this is Jeff from ZenTrader.ca with a weekend update. The market sold off the last couple days of the week. Things look kind of bearish from my perspective. I know my timing signal has been bearish really since the middle of October. I've had a couple of opportunities to enter, and I think that the worst is behind us if you're bearish. We bounced right at a little level of support, and I say little because there's not a whole lot of substance to this. I think I think we can easily break through this. The RSI is making it's moved lower from this. It hasn't really gotten into the good stuff, the oversold levels, which could forecast some more downside. I mean, this being the weekend before Christmas, I don't expect a whole lot to happen. This is generally has a bullish bias, so we may just go sideways. We could bounce up a little. I don't think we're going to take out this high, though. I mean, it could happen. It could totally happen. But when I look at some of these other charts here, we broke down out of this bearish rising wedge here on the on the Dow. I think we're going to easily get to 1300. We could, see a lot more losses right now. This is definitely bearish. The Nasdaq, this is the three-line break. It gave a red candle. This is very sensitive to short-term moves in the market. This is not a good sign. The TSX is in a rising bearish wedge. It hasn't really broken down yet. This has been fairly strong. I don't know why. Strong is maybe not the right word. Stubborn that it hasn't rolled over, which I still think that's what's going to happen. Here's something that's interesting. This is the Nasdaq, and you can see here. All I want to do is look at the RSI, and you can see how the RSI is making new lows relative to the area that it's kind of imagine it trending between 50 and 60. Well, we've broken down. We're at 47. This is likely a sign that this is going to follow suit. This hasn't broken down. This hasn't made a new low yet. But I think what the RSI is telling us, and I don't really pay attention to the MACD. I don't even know why I have this on here. I should remove this. But it looks like it's going to roll over anyhow. And then the last chart I really want to focus on is Apple. And when we had this move down, when we were forming this wedge, I really felt, I don't know when I wrote this on here, it probably would have been somewhere around here. I really felt that with the acceleration, the RSI showed that this was going to eventually roll over. And now we've come back and we've tested pretty much the exact level that the in November made, the lows in November. Three things can happen here. We can either bounce and go sideways, or we can just go right through it. And I have no way of knowing. So if you were short this, I would advise taking some profit. You don't want to be greedy. Trim, a half of your position, because you really want to lock in the gains, especially with the way Apple moves. I'm just going to ignore that phone because I'm basically done with this. So yeah, this could bounce, but ultimately I still think that this is going to break down and move lower. Just especially when I look at the weekly chart, this just needs to have a really scary correction to really rattle the long-term bulls that just refuse to accept that Apple is likely heading a lot closer to 400 than a lot of people can think over the coming months. So, but be smart. I think there'll be opportunities to get short this stock again, and I would advise at least trimming some of these, because you just don't want to get too comfortable in your short position, especially on a shortened holiday week that generally has a bullish bias. All right, guys, take care. My bias on the general markets remain down. I don't see anything that tells me that any up move this week should not be shorted. I think every up move that we get is an opportunity to add to your short positions or establish new ones if you haven't already. Okay, guys, talk to you later.